seeing Wyvern up on the rise with this Holy Locket build. I don't think that they countered it at all. They picked Bristle and Night Stalker into Wyvern. I feel like they have no damage versus... And I think this troll is set up for absolute success in the core. They have Axe versus... I heavily side with...
Okay, well, it seems like the teams are ready to roll already, so I apologize, Lizard. We'll get your feedback after the game, and we'll say goodbye. Pass it on over, my little hat, to our casters. Oh, hi, goodbye!
Thank you, Little Hat. Yeah, Lacoste, here we are, Aster against TNC. We're having this, China versus Southeast Asia matchup. Again, Aster suffered a little bit in terms of pacing up against T1.
Yes.
Do you think this draft remedies those problems? They've adapted enough coming into this new series?
They strong fight compared to TNC's like single target-oriented lineup. This is something that the panel discussed about. No real answer to the cold embrace. We've seen what Winter Wyvern can do. Once you get that Holy Locket, you max out the heal, the extra talent on level 10. There is not enough damage. Like Enchanters can't deal damage. You can't deal damage with the Templar Assassin.
Bristleback can't.
It's just, I don't know. They don't have, like, pretty much the only one who can do it is Lion.
Yeah.
And yeah, his finger probably gonna get used early on. Good thing that I like about their draft is that they come online so fast. Having Enchantress plus Lion, this is... Oh, the arrow!
They sniped him. Great start here from Aster, coming out very early, out the gates. And onto Boomy's Enchantress. Perfect Arctic Burn there. Great arrow, sets it all up for them. And Monet, the one to get the first blood. So good when you can get your mid lane or your position 1 into that first blood scenario. It's more regen, or it's a faster first item. Get that tempo going, which they do desperately need. Because like you're saying, TNC, they've got very fast farming heroes, especially around Ancients, right? TA, Bristleback, both very good at clearing early Ancient stacks. So if around 15 to 20 minutes they've built some of that up for themselves, we could see...
They have heroes that can clear the stacks easily. On the other side, you also need to be very careful about the stacking, because they might invade. You have Magnus with the Empower, which is going to be maxed out 7 minutes in. You have Axe, possibly with the Vanguard coming in, considering how his lane is going to be. And what they're doing right now is running an aggressive tri-lane, something that panelists talked about quite a lot over the past few days, where it's a possibility. And it seems like they're changing things around.
Is it going to be a tri-lane or a dual lane? I guess Mirana can stay up here, maybe get another kill. We'll see what Borax does there. As the kid on the Mirana will spot out Boomy. So that lane going to be, what, your Troll, your Wyvern, your Mirana. The mid lane, of course, that TA versus Magnus. Sideblade's level 1, going to try and splash out, secure some extra CS from range. And for the most part there, it feels like Magnus going to have a pretty good time with Empower, just shoving out the wave, farming under tower whenever need be.
No, that's nicer than Teams on the bottom, kills Axe's Courier. So some extra gold. Couriers level 1, level 4 are pretty slow, so most of the time they just die. Boomy on the Enchantress won't be able to do as much because you can't get the creep. Mirana will one-shot it with the arrow, so this is a pretty secured lane already for the Troll. Night Stalker, we didn't talk too much about him. He's extremely powerful off-lane hero that... he's a strong laner. He has 5 armor, level 2, 71 damage, a lot of HP regen, almost 6 per second. Just the basic regeneration, which is insane. And cutting into backlines, like Wyvern does not like to play into Night Stalker. Same goes for Oracle. Like, these heroes really are vulnerable to long duration silences. They will sack XXS farm on the bottom just to be able to secure Monet's and put a bit more pressure. Mirana actually arrowed the small creep instead of the big one.
Oh, sad stuff for her. Well, yeah, this Night Stalker plus Boomy up here, something that I believe Lanam and Aster struggled with in that T1 series was dealing with the Enchantress. Not opting to block out the large camp, not body blocking it. Now Boomy here is going to make sure that small camp does open up for her. Enchantress, the Battle of the Centuries.
Leap inside the box so that he can just, block it.
And XXS in the meanwhile does die. Gabby there with the Cool Spray stacks and Tim's without lockdown. Good little setup. And Borax now being forced out of the lane. Boomy, full resources. Got the wave pushing pretty heavily towards that Radiant side. We'll need a pullback here from the Enchantress. It feels like TNC have a pretty firm hold across these 3 lanes. And TA doing very well mid. Gabby's Bristleback doing decently down bottom.
Sometimes, Gary, I forgot to cast the game while I'm doing it. I'm like, man, I'm enjoying myself, you know, sitting here comfortably, watching some top-tier Dota. I forgot that I actually need to talk.
Well, it's the laning stage, man. Nothing that much going on. People running at each other a little bit. But Armel 15-3. Templar Assassin not really being stopped too much. And there's that replay of the kill. Axe, yeah, just getting so much minus armor and damage put on him. Does get a bit of turnaround here to Gabby as we return to live. He's got Soul Ring, Tangos, 16-1 charges for XXS so he can keep that aggression going.
Tims has a healing cell, we'll pop it on the Bristleback. You want to get to that Vanguard as soon as possible, but he also invested in some smaller items, upgraded the magic stick into full magic one, which I like, because Bristleback, like sitting at 10, is always going to be full, but if you upgrade it, then you can make a big turnaround play. On top of it, Bristleback, a bit low on mana, has only Soul Ring to work with.
Yeah.
Wyvern as a position 5 doesn't really contribute that much. Like, he's really not a strong laner, but Gabby will drop.
Yeah, the Tim's stun comes out a little bit too late.
What's another point in Arctic Burn, actually?
Yeah, we've seen this a couple of times, I think, from some of these position 4 players mainly, where we I think we saw like the Yapsol go Aghanim Scepter, but
sure.
Lanham's, you know, he's a bit of a madman.
He is a mad position 5 player where he gets like Orb of Corrosion on a bat and phase boots every single time. We saw Nyx Assassin yesterday with Vulcan Blade.
Never forget his Juggernaut, man, his roaming Juggernaut with boots first. I think I was like, what, TI4 or something? Just running around killing people.
Always innovative with the item build. Templar Assassin. Pretty even in terms of CS on the mid lane. Magnus, White Album. Some of the games that I've seen on Mag was pretty impressive.
A TP cancelled. Tim sticks around mid lane.
Him.
Yeah, Hex into stun. Melt Strike, will it come? Armel secures the kill onto White Album's Magnus. And now that lane a little less competitive as TA takes a clear lead. Borak's going to try and lap up some of the leftover resources there with the creep wave coming into tier 1. But so far, it feels like Aster definitely have stepped up their game in terms of tempo. They're playing much more aggressively. They're making sure that their snowball from TNC it's not fully halted, but it's definitely been mitigated somewhat.
Yeah, that's what matters. And TNC, they've been known to play super aggressive. Now it's going to be Nighttime, Bach with the Boots of Speed, with the Bracer, 202 build. Maybe you want to put a point in Crippling Fear. I don't think it's needed. I think you put more because it's mana consuming. This hero does not have a mana pool. I don't know what this is, 350 at level 5. So he just puts another point in Void, which is much better in my opinion.
Spam the Void. Nasal Goose stacks building up. My god, that physical damage coming in from Boomy and Tims. Gabby trying to contend now with a Cold Embrace, which is healing XSS up seriously, but
14-1 charges, arrow misses.
They're massive. Arrow does miss, but the Starstorm will land, and Tims bursts down by that second touch. The Axe surviving the onslaught there. TNC bring 3 heroes, but Aster, the reaction, bringing numbers to match their opponents.
Mirana rotates to the bottom, misses the arrow, still gets the kill, gets the Urn of Charge, which is very important. Already used one on XXS to be able to be full HP. White Album has Energy Booster queued up. Very interesting.
Oh, and the Magnus. What, is he going to go like the Arcane's Blink build?
On top of Gloves of Haste.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Oh, we see these gloves more and more often nowadays from +1s and 2s, right? To increase your farm speed, especially when you've got a steroid-like in power.
If I see Mana Boots, Gloves of Haste on mid Magnus, that's an Overwatch case for me.
Well, I've got a call on Gabby. Couple of stick charges here. Yeah, they're afraid of what's lurking around the corner, but in fact, it's TNC that have moved into mid. The stun on Magnus, it does connect mid-skewer, but Borax is there. The kid to back up White Album's mag, give him an Urn Charge. Try and defend your tier 1 mid lane because Armel ramping up that pressure. Even without a catapult here, shoving straight towards the objective. It's so nice as well having 2 strength heroes in your side lanes. They're kind of self-sustaining, right? Night Stalker, Bristleback. They don't mind being left alone. This
has been very popular in Southeast Asia and China during the 2nd season, where you have unkillable heroes that come online very quickly. White Album once again on the mid lane.
He's got skewer, hasn't he? But hexed up, and that damage. Trouble being, Cold Embrace is behind him, so Lanham saves the day yet again. Now maybe a better turn onto Armel. Gets back in there with a Troll Trap, stopping Borax, but the leap back.
Big impetus.
That impetus hit, Boomy. Slays the Mirana, and the push just keeps on coming. Skellies are out, they've got a Dark Troll here. They want this tier 1 desperately.
And now they're knocking on the tier 1 tower. 3 mana rotation. Teams leaping out to the bottom lane. want to collect some XP. Something that doesn't usually happen. Safe lane, I mean your off-lane tower that falls 7 minutes in. Arrow connects on TA.
It does, and White Album's here. Shockwave, and the punches come. Armel did get the tower, but loses his life in the exchange.
All right, I see Sage Mask on Lanham. Is he mad enough? Is he madman enough to actually go for Orchid?
Is it Orchid
as
Rush?
Position 5.
Orchid Rush Wyvern. I'm not sure.
Maybe a Falcon Blade. He really loves Falcon Blade on the heroes whenever he plays. I would prefer if it's a Holy Locket, because Cold Embrace, we've seen he uses a Cold Embrace. Only level 1, pretty much the damage is not there. You cannot deal damage during it, so we'll have to see what he decides to go for.
Yeah, he basically has 2 reset tools now at this point. Like the panel and you were saying, the damage into Cold Embrace is very limited. So if you Cold Embrace up this Axe when he jumps in, or Troll Warlord when he's in a bit of danger, you've got Battle Trance to back up, the Blink Call, RP. So many great tools for Aster. Once we get to that point, the Blink Daggers, of course, going to be required. And yeah, Tim's there. We'll launch out the Earth Spike. There's no mana for Battle Trance. He looks pretty dead. He's not going to be able to get his ulti off. He's got raindrops and wand in 5 seconds. Monet survives.
They just let him be.
Did they think he had ulti, maybe? Not timing the wand. Not fully aware that he had no chance to Battle Trance. Maybe the TP rotation would have been scary.
Freebie. That was actually a freebie. Extra tower.
There's a
regeneration kicking in from tier 1 tower. Phase boots. Maybe he thought he will get him with the right click.
Maybe something. I thought Gabby was the one being caught there. XSS and Lanham. They get on the Bristleback, but he's got level 4 Quill Spray. Vanguard, incredibly tanky. They can't kill him off as 2, so Monet's Troll now arriving. Slows him down with the axes. Chase back this Bristle and get the Battle Trance going. Couple of roots and snares landing, but Gabby has no tier 1 for people to TP and save him. They need to TP to the tier 2 instead. Enchantress arriving now, and Gabby nearly dead. XXS gets the dunk down. Axe picks off the Bristleback, and TNC's rotations, they've come in too late. There's a Moonlight Shadow now to allow Aster to escape.
They place down 1 sentry ward, and that's it. Big kill. This is a position 1 Bristleback. Remember, right now, has that Vanguard. I don't even know if he wants to get a Hood this game, because there isn't much spell damage. You have Shockwave, Mag, that's pretty much it.
Well, Axe can get found by Bok. The Hunter in the Night comes in, looks for XXS. Of course, Armel with a ton of damage. That double damage rune helps him out tremendously. And Gabby defending his top tier 1. Chases back 2 heroes. He's 1v2ing at this point. White Album and Borax, not a chance in hell of turning and fighting him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Also, a serious consideration here for TNC is the next kill they get could lead into Roshan, even 10 minutes in, couldn't it?
Templar Assassin plus a Bristleback. It's a ton of minus armor, ton of damage. They bring an extra creep, possibly an Alpha Wolf. They could kill it. This time around, White Album not really having that good of a game compared to Templar Assassin. She's sitting at the 2k lead already. Needs to farm that Blink Dagger to have an initiation, because Axe also slowed things down a bit, invested in all of these small items, plus the Vanguard didn't get too much out of the lane. So Templar Assassin, Dragon Lance done. Blightstone just needs 1 more Mithril Hammer to finish off the Deso, and this is going to be the big timing. Vanguard, another Knight. This is 15 minutes in. 14:30, possibly pop a nighttime with your ulti, and then Bristleback will also have another item. Something that Monet really likes to do is build this Diffusal Blade on a Troll, especially when he has a Steroid coming from the Magnus, so this helps him out clearing the creep waves.
And in particular against Bristleback, nice Stalker, right, as the RP into Arrow, connects and catches Boomy. So 2 kills in a row there. Night Stalker down bottom, got rooted and slain by the Arctic Burn. Now up top, the Enchantress dies. And TNC on the back foot, but you're mentioning, right, the timings they're waiting for. They need these primary items up on the Templar Assassin, this Bristle and Night Stalker, to actually feel comfortable going forward.
I love that Borax is getting a lot of farm. Rushing the Spirit Vessel against the Night Stalker, most importantly against the Bristleback. You're not going to be as tanky. Not even buying a magic stick against Bristle. You know, Borax, he knows what's up. Get it online as fast as possible. And Winter Wyvern bought Arcane Boots, so that means probably we're gonna see that Holy Locket, but I would love to see more points in the call. If there's a game ever, this is the game to max out the Cold Embrace.
Yeah, I'm wondering, maybe he's thinking that 1 is enough and I can go Arctic Burn because it's such a good game for Cold Embrace, and he's kind of making up for that fact. going more on the Arctic Burn, get some more damage in towards these tankier strength heroes.
I see some synergy in Aster's draft as well, Gary. They have Whirling Axes, they have Axe, they have Axe XS. Like, a lot of those stuff need to come in together if you want to play professional Dota.
Real tight synergy
It
there,
is,
Lacoste.
it really is.
Hell yeah.
If you want to have excellent synergy, like, this is something that you need to do.
Get, you know, name someone after a hero. Get all this same name stuff together. TNC smoking into triangle. There's already White Album onto Gabby though. Skewered back into the rest of
nice
Aster.
wraparound.
But the backstab is coming. They've got to be wary. The call is there, and Gabby's nearly dead. The dunk down, but in comes Bok. Finger of death, and they kill off Lanham. Winter Wyvern down now. White Album, Moonlight Shadow, but they've got a dust. He blinks back a little further. Still no skewer for 7 seconds though. Armel, got to be careful here, but they'll find White Album. No reinitiation from Aster, which could have been a bit worrying for TNC there.
Thing that is important for Aster is to defend the first Roche. They will have RP available once Magnus is back. Big timing that they're looking for is Axe with a Blink Dagger, Diffusal Blade on Troll. We see how strong Night Stalker is against Wyvern. He just jumps him, can't do stuff, like can't use their spells, there's a finger on top of it. It just completely ruins the hero, and now I love it. Cold Embrace, level 2 at the moment. Should have been 4 at this time, but whatever.
He'll get there eventually. He'll find his way.
Is under attack.
Aster setting themselves up for a tier 1 push. Boomy with just a little ghost. Gonna hold out on the wave. That ghost does so much damage, piercing into the creeps. And Cold Embrace just delays it as they bring numbers up here. Aster really want to take this tier 1. Like you were saying, the next big objective is going to be around Roshan. So if this tier 1 can fall and then they swing into that top jungle area, is prime positioning from Aster as TNC. They bring Armel top. The call there on Enge. Boomy in the tree line, very far back, and Armel seems like he's absolutely fine to turn around and meld.
That's half
success.
HP.
Hey, he's destroying this Axe. They've got a Cold Embrace though. That will undestroy him, bring them back to the land of the living. Still stuck in an awful positioning though, and Armel secures the kill while Gabby runs forward. Bok backstabs and Tim's is there again. Good Winter's Curse though, resets and holds out the fight. They'll blow through him with a 2-man RP. White Album shockwaves them and Boomy on the run. Gabby barely surviving, but Armel, the real position 1 here of TNC's gone.
That was a great setup. Like throughout this whole game, you're gonna need to be aware of Winter's Curse into RP setup. This will also be a free tower for them. Lanham, level 10, puts another point in Cold Embrace. I love that. And then he will gonna go into talent, probably level 13. Everything is gonna be maxed out.
For those of you wondering, by the way, Lacoste hasn't clicked on anything else other than Winter Wyvern. He has had Winter Wyvern selected for 15.5 minutes now.
And I love saying Winter Wyvern. I know chat loves it and appreciates it as well.
I'm sad there's no Weaver in this game, man.
No Weaver, no Wind Ranger. But yeah, look at the damage coming up from the Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin is such a strong hero. Coming into this tournament, I heard some stories that there is gonna be a Templar Assassin patch. You know, like this is it. This is the tournament. They were not wrong.
Yeah, that replay, like you said, that Winter's Curse into RP, the setup. Beautifully done there by Team Aster. I do claim the top tower, try and get some ward coverage down here. This smoke very likely going to do that job, right? Smoke into the top northern jungle. Get a good ward down from Lanham. So that ward now protects Roshan, protects them from smoke ganks coming from that top part of the map. They're actually going to... Ooh, actually going to go into Roche themselves.
That's a big play. They have double damage, blessed by Gaben, on Troll, ton of damage. They can just tank it.
Who's in here?
With the Cold Embrace. I think I've said Cold Embrace 10 times already during this cast. It's fine. Creep is cutting things out, but I don't think they can get there in time.
I don't think so either.
They have no real team fight. Everything is pretty much a single target-oriented spell.
Yeah, if they're on the back foot, it's incredibly difficult for TNC to fight because they don't have that great ability to catch a number of heroes, right? It's Lion or bust. Lion is the way in and the way out of team fights for them.
Night Stalker picked up a Blink Dagger, so it's going to be much easier to jump Winter Wyvern. I don't like the talent pickup. Would love that you just get the Crippling Fear. 1 extra second could make a big of a difference. They have some right clicks, but at the moment, like, Night Stalker has a lot of armor anyway, so just better to skip it. You get it level 14, level 14 or 15, and just a quick pause. We're going to on-pause straight away.
I was just trying to think how important BKBs could be here for TNC, but then you start realizing they've got RP,
1, 2,
they've got
3
Winter's
abilities,
Curse and Berserker's Call that all go through BKBs. So that's normally the natural timing that you'd be looking for here as TNC, but they might have to consider different avenues, different approaches to their item builds. Of course, Gabby's just going to keep tanking himself up there. Has a halberd moving into the Aghanim Scepter, but he's found out by the troll. Disarm comes quickly, but Gabby, you can see how quickly he loses his mana when troll gets on top of him. Oh, XXS attempting the blink call, but Armel just a step ahead as TNC scattered to the wind. The Lion, yeah, did fall from that top area.
A lot of vision placed in Radiant jungle. Some will get rewarded, but it's very hard for TNC to take the fight. What their lineup is good at is trying to get a pick off with the Night Stalker during the nighttime. The problem is they're still gonna have Aegis during the daytime, so this is where they're gonna strike. Even during the nighttime, it's gonna feel good. There is another set of items. Magnus, White Album, he finished off the Echo Saber. Axe going into Manta style next, so you will have 3 scaling cores.
That's going to be amazing, yeah. And he's got a call on to Gabby. Bristleback.
Mana gone.
Chased by Monet. The battle trance going. Ranged form now, though, so no ensnares. Gabby has the backup of the entirety of the TNC squad now. They want blood. Monet is out there. Still has Aegis, of course. Impetus shots coming in. Arrow does catch Gabby. You're right. Bristleback held out of the fight. So Tim's with that one stunned finger. They'll take the Aegis down.
They need to reset.
They want to keep on going for this. There's Winter's Curse. There's a potential for turnaround for Aster now.
Magnus is steeping.
He doesn't have
no
RP.
RP for 30.
Yeah.
That was a very early ulti coming out from Troll. He put himself in a bad spot, opened up the potential gank, maybe even a double kill on him there. Needs that BKB desperately to be able to deal with Lion, deal with the Night Stalker silence. Templar Assassin getting closer and closer to her BKB, but as you mentioned, there are 3 abilities that can just buy time during that BKB, so not very effective.
Yeah, and even though TNC slightly ahead and probably feeling like they've hit their item timings decently here, they're the ones that need to keep on either farming and scaling or going out for these smoke movements to get pickoffs. Because it feels like the way that Aster have been playing very much around these cooldowns, knowing their limitations, not wasting any time either.
BKB almost done on Troll. With that online, they can take a fight because there will be only 30 seconds of a nighttime. And they should be abusing that timing. It's like playing against long cooldown ultis, like a Tidehunter, Faceless Void. You know it's down. Go ahead and take a fight.
And of course, that big factor as well, that Roshan got taken by Aster, taking it away from the TA team, does slow down her progression. But she'd want to be out there taking tier 2s at this point, with Deso, Dragonlance, and that BKB. Slow and steady. That's what TNC are looking for now. They will be facing off against, like you say, the double BKB from Magnus and Troll very shortly. And likely a big 5-man clash incoming. Because everybody's going to be feeling strong. Everyone's hit their timings, everyone got their items. Push out the waves and look for a battle. But where should it be, do you think? Like TNC try and force it around that top lane, around Roshan again? Because it's such a long time until he spawns.
I want to see a smoke from Team Aster and to be able to take a fight. Like 2 BKBs, they feel super strong. Every single ability is off cooldown.
Oh, Boomy.
Boomy will pay with his life, not the hero that they wanted to kill, but they will take it.
They'll take what they're given. TNC is still in the vicinity. Gabby deciding to dip back towards his Ancients.
And this is the beauty of disassembling items in Dota.
Are they going to catch here? They might find the Magnus, you know. They do. Bok takes him down to about half HP. The BKB and the whiffed RP. White Album. He tries it, but Bok dances around it. The beautiful ballerina.
Well, I'll pretend we didn't see that. To go back to the items, you disassemble Echo Saber, you buy a BKB, like you hit the earlier timing, something that the TB does if it's needed. Sometimes Templar Assassin as well. Disassemble the Dragonlance, get that BKB if it's necessary. Players just got better at using this Dota mechanic.
They absolutely have. And that move from Magnus there, missing RP, gives a pretty big opportunity to TNC now. Tier 2 tower to be claimed. And they are playing very tight, very closed map together. No one's spreading wide and split pushing. This really is team fight versus team fight. Well, it's more like team fight for Aster and raw HP and tankiness for TNC.
Big item timing for them will be this Aghanim Scepter on Bristleback, one of the best upgrades in the game for sure, where you can just go in QW, expert gaming, professional esports player, QW, keep repeating it.
And then win a team fight.
Yeah, win a game of pressing 2 keys.
And what was the nerf again? They reduced the range on Goo a little bit. It was like 950 range on Goo.
Yeah, and instead of a 1.5, I believe it's a 1.7 or 1.75.
The cast point.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, thankful. I did have a few changes and nerfs to Bristleback because he was.
Yeah, because now it's perfectly balanced.
Now,
like,
yeah. It is. What are you talking about? Balance in all things. Well, you know, we'll see later on. Does he win or not? That's the big question. There's his Scepter and Shard, of course, yeah. Scepter gives you that AoE Goo. Don't have to point and click and hairball, so a pretty good Shard there. We'll see if he grabs up that Shard from the second Roshan, which can be up in about a minute. 1 minute.
What
10
is that hairball? He doesn't have hair, right? He has spikes on his back.
He's probably got fur as well. He's a mammal, right? Maybe
Is he?
Yeah, porcupines are mammals. They've got spikes.
Well, you watch a lot of National Geographic when you were younger, Gary. Didn't play Dota because I know you're MMR, but you watch National Geographic, which is completely fine. You know, that's
Divine player here, thank you very much.
No, you're immortal. Yeah.
Ex-immortal. Mirana getting caught out. The silence and the finger. Tim's and Bot gathering up a kill down bottom. Yeah, we like a bit of David Attenborough in my house. And here we see.
Man, whenever I read news about him, I'm like, oh God, please
don't be dead.
Please don't be dead.
Same thing. And now White Album, stalking his prey. The Enchantress in her natural habitat, looking for any creep she can pick up. We don't know exactly how she mates or what her partner will be like, but she is a very pretty little Bambi.
Yes, indeed.
Wyvern with a blink. Did he finish off the lock?
No,
or did he go straight into Blink Dagger?
Straight into Blink Dagger. I guess they don't have the best backline jumpers other than the Night Stalker, so if he can keep the distance and like be able to initiate maybe first on a Night Stalker into Skewer or RP before Night Stalker gets the first jump, could be a good thing. And like you have great frontline. You have Magnus, you have Troll, you have Axe, who's super tanky. Also decided to go for a 4-staff, which I kind of like, push people out of the trouble. Yeah. TNC very limited on the stuns. What they need to do, TNC, especially Night Stalker, he needs to be able to just jump the back line.
And get a kill.
Yeah, he needs to go for the box stab. Yeah, he needs to go from, you know, from the back and kill the Wyvern pretty much.
Don't know why he's smiling at me while you're saying that. Leave me alone. I'm going to lock my room tonight. But yeah, it's going to be like him and the TA, right? Him and the Lion, him and the TA. One of the pairings there as Boomy.
He gets
the
it.
arrow to the backside. Borax and Monet, they arrive, and the Blink Call catches out the Enchantress with Roshan alive. No buyback on Ench, so Aster could be getting the second Rosh of the game here. And TNC have to contest this though, don't they?
They do. Second Roshan is the most pretty much important thing in the game.
He's got
right
Shard.
Now, he has Cheese, he has Shard, he has that... I don't know which one I said, but I said 2 out of 3. He has the
Aegis
third one,
well.
Aegis on top of it, exactly.
And the cheese. He's got a Shard as well. Oh, Tim's with a blink back. Gabby puts out some quills and Goop. And the blink call.
Turn him around.
Will catch the Bristleback. He's arrowed and netted. He's dropping low and he's dead. The RP. Solo RP onto Gabby. Make sure he's gone.
Not really necessary.
Well, that should give them Roshan now, for sure.
Bristleback does not have a buyback. Enchantress is out in a second. Night Stalker also used his ulti. Still gonna be nighttime, but this should be a pretty secure Rosh for them. White Album needs to be careful how he uses those RPs. This is the second time that he whiffs it.
Well, it made sure the Bristleback died, and I guess they've still got Winter's Curse and Berserker's Call.
They have so many tools against Bristleback in this game. You have Winter's Wyvern Arctic Burn, which is not max HP, current HP, so if you use it when he's full, a lot of damage coming out from that, on top of the Spirit Vessel, Mana Burn.
This isn't...
Axe can turn you around.
This isn't the fastest Roshan.
It really isn't.
They've got no Medallion, there's no Solar Crest, right? So it's down to Troll, Warlord, and White Album as the Bok Night Stalker looks to get into the back lines, but he's shockwaved into the waiting arms of Aster. Monet gets the takedown, the skewer back onto the TA. BKB's up, and now a buyback comes out. Nice Stalker, but there's the Winter's Curse. Aster reset on the Templar Assassin, who turns to Monet, but another reset. The cold embrace
they
buys
have no
so
damage
much time,
against it.
but they can't kill Roshan.
Here
Blocks
comes
back
NS.
in again. Great melt strike, takes down Monet's troll, and a stun out from Lion. Timms is back in. They found White Album at the front of the fight. Gabby's respawned, and TNC can keep on battling around Roshan. White Album down, and TNC will claim the prize.
Oh, all because Magnus did not have RP. They would not only... I think TNC will not even try to defend it if they know that RP is available. So Bristleback, he picks up the cheese, he picks up that shard hairball, which gives you even more stacks on goo and more quill sprays. So like you pop that when they have, let's say, 3-4 goo stacks, suddenly it's ton of damage.
Or even the option to like cancel blinks, right?
Yes.
Throw into the fog, the axe and the Magnus can have some trouble.
And now they're back into the game. Like they were still 1k gold ahead pretty much all the time throughout this game. But now with the cheese, and Templar Assassin also bought the Aghanim Scepter. So that's going to be a big one, being able to teleport around the map. You can also keep one trap in the base, refill the bottle if necessary, Borax. So block is gone for 75 seconds.
That's a long time. And they've got a Yule's catch with an XXS call. Timms, very squishy Lion, gonna get dunked by the axe. In comes the TA though. Melt Strike and Trap starting to pick up a bit of pace for Armel as Gabby also shows his face in the fight. The stacks are good. What the Borax? That physical damage slays the Mirana. Gabby keeps pushing forward as well, while Monet, he's a little bit behind enemy lines there. XXS with a swift TP home, very casually returns to Fountain. I don't know if the Troll has the same luxury though. Lanham's being pummeled by Gabby right now. A cold embrace
He's not
will
getting
delay the inevitable death of the Winter Wyvern.
Great execution from TNC. They're using this cheese and Aegis to full potential, just being able to just play more aggressive on the map. And Templar Assassin, it's like having Kanka in the team. You set up the trap, go back to base, teleport with the Aghanim Scepter, full HP, full mana, full bottle, can refill even your allies. Very hard to deal with. Like you try to go for a split push or something, the Templar Assassin shows up, level 20, even more minus armor coming out from that melt talent. And once you get to level 25, that's a big one. Plus 8 refraction instances.
It still feels weird because we had that long period where the Meld Bash was so popular.
It was, when it was 1.5 second bash. Now it's only 1.
Yeah.
One of my favorite batches, Gary, for sure, was the one where all the talents were nerfed down by around 20%. I believe that was the exact wording.
Yeah, only a couple of them stayed as they were. Like the Techies damage one stayed at whatever it was.
Because it's
251 because it was a meme, yeah. Oh, Armel, not top of the net worth anymore. Just behind the Bristleback, but farming through some neutral counts very quickly with a Quickening Charm and a Paladin Sword grabbed up. Some nice neutrals there for TNC. Even a Mindbreaker for them. And who's going to get what there? Like, Lion's holding that headband. They've got Quickening Charm, Night Stalker, Bristle with a Paladin Sword. Yeah, okay. TA with a Mindbreaker. That makes sense.
Like, actually, perfect items
like
for them.
Best in slot, right?
I would love to see Templar Assassin also picking up the shard for herself to be able just to silence people, possibly like silence the Magnus, Wyvern in the back line.
Maybe even the Troll.
It's a long duration silence if it's fully charged, 3.5 seconds.
Yeah, well, that's enough to maybe Troll, runs in, BKBs. BKB ends, you silence him before he can battle trance. That's your window to blow him up. Aster very much on the back foot right now, and TNC coming for their tier 2s and maybe even thinking about high ground. But you still have to be so very worried here as TNC about that team fight combination that Aster has. Base defense galore. And the ability to hold you back. So this has to feel like for TNC a third Roshan kind of game. Choke out the rest of the map, make sure you get more and more farmed on your 2 big cores as you do have a pretty big gap between the Bristle TA and the rest of the pack there. What's that, like 4,000-5,000 net worth difference? Yeah, between them and their counterparts.
Yeah, I was looking at the general net worth difference in this game. So yeah, Bristleback, level 22, cold stack damage. We can see the power of Wyvern using that cold embrace. They instantly stop trying to get any damage, but once it's gone, I want to see a big RP from White Album catching 2 or 3 people, because right now
Radiant's
we
top tower
didn't see too much of it. 2 wasted RPs 2 times in a row.
Yeah, so what did he do with the first? The first one was an Enchantress kill, right? Then he missed on the Night Stalker. Then he got one onto the Bristleback, who was pretty much already dead. Oh, there was the one top lane as well, which is a nice 2-3 man RP.
Yeah, I didn't want to be too mean, Gary. That's why I said 2. You don't have to pick out every single one that he missed this game or misused. Mirana ulti.
I was just making sure everyone knew that he had one good one at the very least. But it has been a little poor there from White Album. We'll see if he can pick things up though. Given the right opportunity, if TNC play too aggressively, if they want to push high ground, they do open themselves up to getting jumped by this. It's White Album Magnus tries the Shockwave skewer play, but here comes Armel, and here comes Tims. The Hex, the stuns, the Cold Embrace. That keeps him topped up and healthy. Aster thinking about fighting, but look at Gabby just run straight towards them. He cuts them in half, destroys their front line, and the back line's being stabbed in by the Night Stalker. The BKBs have been forced out already from Monet and White Album. The Troll and the Mag have no BKBs for the next fight, and nobody died.
Now that's what matters, just to be able to not to lose anyone at this point. Magnus once again getting caught. He tried to go for a skewer play. Not very effective. So yeah, they need to wait. Magnus, after finishing off the Heaven's Halberd, which is great. You get some status resistance against Lion. 1, 2, 3 cores actually rely on dealing the physical right-click damage. Bristleback has Cold Sprays, of course, on top of it, but a good item overall. And now, after disassembling that Echo Saber, he still has Oblivion Staff, so what does he do with it? Probably gonna get the Silver Edge. You have Shadow Blade, and then you just need to get an extra recipe. So gonna be much easier for him to set things up, land an RP, and also be able to break Bristleback.
Yeah, break Bristle, maybe even break the Night Stalker, or the TA to some extent. Could be all good targets for them. Quite reliant on these passives. There has been very good control there from TNC, right? They don't get embroiled in a long, drawn-out fight. They don't collapse on high ground. And they make sure they just keep this engine ticking over. Keep progressing forward. Don't need to make any real rash decisions, because it is that waiting game for third Roshan. And there's another minute and a half or so until that fast spawn for him. So you know that you're out farming, you're out leveling. But the question is here, Lucas, do you reckon TNC's lineup outscales Aster's if we go another 15, 20, 25 minutes? Do you think this Troll, Mag, Axe are going to be able to hold up against what TNC has?
Mirana doesn't really scale. Maybe your big power spike is getting level 25, which probably is not gonna happen. Axe scales. This is a very greedy build from the offlane where you get the shard. He also decided to go for a 4-staff, which is okay, but that delays your Manta style. They have some AoE damage. They can take control over the illusion with the Enchantress. Bristleback deals well with all the Quill Sprays and the Viscous Nasal Goo. Templar Assassin's not the same hero. Like, after the introduction of the neutral items, the new talents, you get to level 30, and then you have a bash. She scales. Before, like, during, let's say, 2013, 2015, the hero wasn't really good in the late game. You had one big power spike, you miss it, hero falls off, you lose the game off of that. It's not the story anymore.
Oh, XXS misses out on his call. Monet getting saved out by Borax, and XXS with a 4-staff and the arrow, but still in a spot above of there as Bok focuses back Aster. Went to Ivan, couldn't get too much done. White Album will skewer Bok back into the RP curse, but they overlap it. A little bit of desynchronization there from Team Aster. Forced to use up, another Cold Embrace, but the Finger of Death and the magic damage. Bot comes in with a Void. Axe is still alive, but not for too long. That impetus shot flies.
I was waiting for a miss. I thought that's gonna be a miss.
TNC don't miss. They take every shot they've got.
It's just the spell usage from Magnus and Wyvern. It was not on point. What is it, Gary?
Pointing out the timer on Roshan, man. It's a quick one. He's up now.
Up. Perfect timing, 45 seconds without Axe. They don't know if he has buyback or not. They also don't know what's happening inside the pit. They do. So they have a trap. Never mind. I'm lying. It's all good.
They do. That's so huge for TNC. They aren't going for it, though. They know it's an objective they can get on the way out of here. It's a great skewer into base. Tims gets caught up inside, and now the Moonlight Shadow allows White Album to survive. Monet has Battle Trance, but no BKB. He has to Battle Trance. Oh my god,
He's not life stealing enough.
No, he's just dying to this. He's got some good bashes there. The shockwave, but the cheese from Gabby, and bot comes in again. Cold Embrace. It will delay the death of Monet. Does he have buyback Lacoste? He's got BKB up, but the physical damage just shreds through him, and he's dead for 80.
They needed some extra help. Mirana lands an arrow, but there's too many refraction charges.
And another good call. XSS, they're in there. White Album, they dunk down Bok. The dive from TNC, maybe a little bit too far forward. Great curse as well. Gabby destroyed, and TNC have gone too far.
She's disabled, disarmed.
They've taunted her. She can't hit anybody, and there's no saves for Armel. Templar Assassin refracts and tries to escape, but XSS gets a double.
And now they're chasing Spirit Vessel on Enchantress. Lion needs to be careful. Blink Dagger available.
And there's the call again. The axe just finds one after the other. Tims doesn't want to die back there, so leaves Boomy to his fate.
Oh man, TNC, they overextended so much. You gotta be aware of those skewer plays in the tier 4 towers. Another Blink Dagger available in 3 seconds. Tims, he should be okay. Magnus, I don't think he will decide to chase, and yeah, Silver Edge on Mag to be able to break people. And as Scriff pointed out, this is the 3rd row, so that means she's Aegis plus something. That something is Aghanim Scepter.
It sure is.
Oh, you give it to Troll if he can get out.
Let's see if he can respawn in time. Oh yeah, that should have been TNC's Roshan. They knew it was up, but they felt that they could maybe close out this game a little earlier with a fighting in the Radiant base. Great response from Aster, though.
Now you see they're waiting so that Troll can pick things up from the Roshan. They do not want to hit it. Hurry up, Troll.
Come here, Troll. Get into that pit. Borax on a high ground ward. Looking for anybody coming, and then Monet given the final touches on the Roshan. Aegis for Troll Warlord.
Oh, they gave Aghanim Scepter to Axe. Very interesting. So Call applies Battle Hunger to everyone who is affected by it. Reduces the enemy armor by 7 and grants Axe 7 armor per affected target. Cooldown reduced by 3. A lot of stuff, a lot of text. I would maybe prefer if that's a Troll one. It becomes a bit more tanky, lower cooldown, because they don't have MKB on any of the heroes. So lowering the cooldown on Axes is great, and being able to dispel yourself against potential goo, trap, duration, enchant.
Well, Aster, their full arsenal ready to go again.
This is the first time in a professional game that at least I've seen Aghanim Scepter on Axe.
I think so too for me. And I think the big thing there is looking over the tooltip is the 3-second cooldown reduction.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
The way that XSS has been playing is just catching and catching, hero after hero, and here's another one to add to his list. Boomy, go Scepters up.
This is a 10k gold swing, maybe even more.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, that's huge. From like 9,000 back to 5,000. That's a 14k. 13 or 14k swing there in net worth. 40 minutes in now.
XXS, Axe. Extraordinary performance last couple of minutes for sure.
Can you say that again 3 times fast?
No, I had to really focus to say it.
XXS, Axe. There we go. We'll do one. Gabby. Oh, Armel's also a juicy pick-off if they can find it. Gets the call, the man to arrow combo. Borax here with the Star Storm, and they chain their stuns to perfection.
Axe is kind of carrying the game for them. There's the curse.
Well, they found another catch here, the bonus kill potentially. Monet gets on top of him. A quick Yule Scepter as TNC look to re-engage on the Wyvern. Backstabbed by Night Stalker, but Gabby's lost all his mana on the RP. White Album's on top of them. TNC not standing a chance as they're dunked into oblivion. Fox slowed down, the Scardy slow there, and they get on top of him again, but he still had that BKB running.
Surprised Axe didn't want to chase inside the base. 3 heroes dead, had a 4-staff, Blink Dagger, and a call available.
Boomy, you having fun there, buddy? Dragon creep waves around, but guess who's coming? It's XXS Axe. He's looking for you.
He is, and he just misses a call. No one is near the phone, so they need to go to the mid, get this tier 2 tower done with. Now, Troll is super tanky. I think Troll maybe regrets buying that Skull Basher early on, because we can see that, like, if he was a bit more tanky, which Scotty gives him, Scotty ruins Temporal Assassin and the Bristleback now going into Satanic. I really love Satanic Scotty combination. You have another way of dispelling things on top of Flicker. They're gonna go for tier 4. They feel like they want to threaten the game. They want to end this one.
You could see that the way that Monet was moving, he was stutter stepping around that tier 3, and they ping out to go for tier 4s. Gabby's still dead for 30 seconds. They've got Lion alive in 5, but Aster might just win this game outright before any response comes out of
Just
TNC.
ignore the heroes, go for the
Bok is
throne.
trying. Tim's is giving it all. He's got to be a throne. He's dying. 27 to 14. It's over. Game 1 goes to Aster.
Oh, great.